Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Badlands Crew, where today we are definitely expanding our territory. I do see this mission here to open up the shortcut in Grifter's Gully, and that's probably worth doing. Hell, let's knock it out real quick and then we'll go hit the other, what you call it? Hey, 38 scrap wood. That's a pretty good reward. We'll hit those fortresses and take them for ourselves. So I don't know exactly like how long this game is. I don't know what really even constitutes a victory. Presumably you get all the way to the east side of the map and you fight the orator. And I don't know if we're gonna play it the whole way through on the channel, or if there might be a bit where I do some work off camera and bring it back. But I'm having fun with it so far. I hope y'all are enjoying it as well. Now this is going to be a little bit longer of a drive, right? We have to cross a little bit more territory here, and I am certainly worried about getting into a fight with this big trailer of explosives attached. It's something on the horizon there. Okay, just resources. Obviously, we got, priorities here. Well, I'm driving us directly toward a fight, but also... I mean, it's not like going around this is going to avoid that, right? They're still going to chase us. That's some more vehicles than I want to see. Okay, I got one pretty decent ram. Buddy, oh my god. His decision making leaves something to be desired. There we go. Oh, I had the wrong person selected is why. There we go. Alright. Okay. Steer in such a way that the flaming car body does not land directly on the explosives, right? Okay. Some solid shooting. Excellent work being done by our friends here. But somehow none of the explosives went off. There's still another... Oh man. There's a lot of enemies in this very small area. Hopefully removing these other citadels will shut that down to some degree. Okay, big storm coming too. This time we know not to detach the thing until we are already facing away. So we're going to come up on the side here as much as Simois will let us. Oh, they're coming. This is bad news. Okay, at least they're fragile. Yep. Just trying to make sure. Alright, I think that's about as good as that's getting. On it. Okay. Good work done. There are a lot of people coming for us immediately. But we're gonna head for that cache and then head home. We got bigger fish to fry. I do worry about like sort of accidentally over grinding the areas and just out leveling things really badly, which obviously will not keep the game very interesting. So I'm trying to make sure we're moving on at a pace here. At some point she'll start clearing these. Maybe if I put them in the rear cones. Or I guess I could just hit them directly. That's fair. There we go. Kill that driver. Get him. Yeah, not bad. Oh, whoa, whoa, okay. I do hate it when it gets like a little hitchy as I'm turning the heading. This makes it very difficult to ram people. That's pretty cool and a little horrifying, given the scale of it. Yeah, it's just not a very nice day out here. We'll go back inside. Great work blowing up those rocks, everybody. Now it's time for tabletop RPGs. Yay! You know they love that shit out here. All right. So far, things have remained fairly easy, except for that time when we blew ourselves up. As ever, I am the greatest danger to me. Very consistent from game to game. Okay, we are going to get skills up on most of our people, which is pretty cool. Got some stuff scavenged. Okay, a little bit more wood on top of the other wood. Some burning bins and oil drums that I feel like I don't really want inside of my vehicle. Feels like perhaps a little bit of foolishness. Okay, so Merit. Yeah, Merit's abilities at the drums are unlocked by Badlander. What do we get from another level of Boy Scout right now? While crewmates are at full health. Okay, that doesn't really seem like a very good fit. Merit is not responsible for very much of our damage, right? This would give us Woodsman, which is not very exciting. But lots of good stuff here. Repair speed up. Yeah, let's start getting some Badlander points. And we have a ton of perk slots. This guy, Merit never actually destroys anything, so I don't expect that to ever do anything, but there's no reason to leave the space empty. I kind of just want to keep pumping deadliness, honestly. Even more damage boosting. And I think we're going to see a little bit more of that here. And Ueno. I might want to pick up a little bit of Badlander. Like, the improved repair speed is certainly something. And you're somewhat likely to be repairing things in heavy combat, but I don't know. Maybe we'll stick to deadliness. Or take another point of life force? What do we get from beefiness? Okay, no actions or anything. Yeah, in practice, although it seems obvious that Ueno would take the most damage, it's not really happening, so I guess we'll just continue focusing on deadliness. All right, so we got some new stuff. These are like decently armored, 250 HP, 300. But I don't think I'm going to make any changes here. I think we're just going to go on into this next mission. We are going to capture ourselves some additional strongholds. Let's go for this one. Premium firearm parts. That's the good shit. Can you imagine if we had like firearms? I guess at this point the guns on the thing are traditional firearms for the most part, right? But they start you with those with air guns, and you definitely could stick to them. And I do want to try some of the more outlandish weapons, but I don't know. I'm looking for a situation where we want to make a sort of bigger overall overhaul. Right now, it doesn't feel to me like it would make a lot of sense to just like jam a flame weapon onto this assemblage of parts. Maybe when I change to the next trailer, we'll just do a complete redesign. Because, you know, I would like to be doing some amount of flame throwing. That seems pretty fun. Our weapons are effective, but they're maybe not the most thematically satisfying. Alright, this should deliver us right there. So make sure we hit... maybe slow down a second so the engine can cool. I'll make sure we hit our reinforcement button and then throw merit on the drums. Alright, 4 skulls. Almost as tough as gun nuts get, but I think it's still not really all that impressive. Here we go. You know, they are still just gun nuts. Jump on the drums there, friend. And let's start gutting people. You have one of those rear-mounted fuel tanks? You don't. Well then, yeah, let's see if we can drop a wheel, maybe. Does this truck have... we might be able to... Actually, no, I cannot target... Man, can't target the gunners even on this one. The game is pretty... Ooh, Simoes has taken some very direct fire there. We need to maybe rearrange things a little bit. And Ruiz, definitely want to hit the thing for you as well, even though you don't right this second have anyone to shoot at. He is going to get shot right out of the vehicle. Oh, God. Okay, here we go. No. Oh, that's one of ours. I was like, there's a guy right there. Why can't I shoot at that guy? Yeah, all right, let's take a second. Let's let our friends do some of the work. I might be able to gut that driver. I know they got some armor across the windshield there, but like we are right on top of them. Ah, try not to ram friend. Okay. Continue manually handling the oh, maybe not the best idea. I was gonna say, for safety's sake, manually handling the driving for a bit. Okay. Get him, Ruiz. Now, see, one downside to having our command post person be our drummer is that we lose our mini-map during combat, which is not something I'd really thought about. Alright, I think we disabled that tower. And here comes the real thing. I'm desperately afraid that we're going to lose our driver at a bad moment here. No, there's still one gunner up in that tower. Oh, almost. Alright, you know what, Simoes? I'm going to put this on you. Make it happen. Not doing a great job. I'd like to remind everybody I'm not steering right now. What are you doing, man? I think we had a really good opportunity there for the ram. It's hard to even keep the champion on camera with the amount of like arbitrary swerving that our driver is doing. Okay, that was messy and nearly turned out badly. We should put a door on on this car, you know? I don't know if that's a thing I can do. All right, obviously, we did the fighting. Increase support around here. Just everybody knows who's in charge in this area. Yep, everybody makes it home. We get some stuff, blueprints. An armored 4-cylinder engine, that's probably an improvement. An incendiary lobber. Okay, yeah, we might be picking up some more interesting weapons. That said, I'm not really expecting that the next place is going to be much more difficult. So I think what I might want to do here is information to share with you. You might have noticed the weapons you install in your battle wagon do different types of damage. Each has their own strengths and weaknesses. Yeah, that makes sense. Piercing specifically good against fuel tanks. Okay. Each faction has their own resistances and weaknesses. There's a how to play guide that tells you more. Good idea to think about what factions you're encountering. Okay. Well, anyway, like I was about to say, I think what we're going to do here actually is just take the battle wagon out with the current configuration to the next thing, because we're going to pick up more blueprints in a second here, right? Buy premium tubing. Well, we currently don't have any premium tubing. Wood is valuable. I don't want to trade all of my wood, but like, what if we need some of this for something? We'll take it a couple of times. Okay. Yeah, and then I'm just thinking, like, we're going to get a bunch more blueprints. I don't think it makes a huge amount of sense right now to dig in on that. Ooh. A new actual stronghold. Well, let's take Vulture's Rise first. And then we'll rebuild the car and then hit the stronghold. Start pushing east, because I think we have wrung this area out. We are ready to move forward. Although I say that having almost lost a driver. Like, we were never really in danger of losing the mission, right? Even if the driver had gone down, we would have had Merritt run over and heal him, and we would have figured it out. We would have been okay. We need greater challenge and greater variety, and those things await us further out, I'm sure. Okay, so actually, as I was gonna go around, but yeah, the smart thing to do would be to turn out here and take this little back road out of the stronghold, the citadel, especially considering that storm. All right, let's gun it. Maybe let's take this like a little bit seriously. Well, that's a little bit on me, but also I feel like he should know better. There we go. The whole point of this system is that the driver's supposed to be good enough to not want to drive you into a wall. We gotta get an engine that overheats less. Oh, well, okay, that's not really much of a danger at all, is it? Got him? Yeah, nice. Alright. This is what you really want to be doing, is hammering on the nitrous around a turn. Unfortunately, we're going to get a terrible rating for this combat because we didn't actually kill the thing that was stuck on its side up there. See, personally, I'd say that was a pretty S-rank engagement, in my opinion. We did a lot of damage, we didn't take a lot of damage, and we maintained speed toward the objective. But I guess the game and I are prioritizing different things. Ugh, the oven is really hot. Jeez, yeah, let's take it way down. Last thing we need is this thing blowing its stack during combat. All right, one more time. Let's get up to reasonable damage speed. I don't think we're going to be able to hit that fuel tank, but we might be able to hit that gunner. Oh, sorry, let me enable this. There it is. Show me something good. Okay. Gun disabled. That's a pretty gutsy hit there. And you are definitely going to pay for it. Okay. I was wondering how long it was going to take the backup to finally, like, show up. Ah, shit. Ah, narrowly missed. That would have been a pretty good ram, I think. She's getting quite good at that. I say, and then that ridiculous thing happens. We might be able to clip the fuel tank. I think I fired like just as the arbor came between us and it. Very unfortunate. All right, I think we got to be pretty close now to the champion. So let's hit some damage boosts and see if we can't make this fast. Also, I'm not going to rely on the AI to ram the guy. Maybe give him a little bit of space here, actually. I was worried that if I tried to ram him while he was up against the base of that tower, I was just going to get myself stuck on the tower. Figures as long as he's willing to be mostly stationary in front of all of our support vehicles, probably we could just let that happen. And yeah, I would say that it turned out pretty well. So yeah, I wonder, maybe we should change things up and go to 2 gunners and 1 drummer during combat. I mean, like, I do really like having a mini-map. It makes it so much easier to tell. I don't know. We're probably doing it the right way. It feels bad to lose the mini-map. I feel like I don't have enough information about what's going on. I've gotten very used to using mini-maps in video games. Alright, I do think that this was an important thing to do. Skill points for everybody. Got some bleached bones, got another spare key or 3. Nicely done, taking that outpost. That'll help get us moving in the right direction, eh? Let's have a quick chat about optional objective. Okay, no, I know how to read an optional objective, thank you. It's not worth losing your battle wagon over. It's a common colloquialism out here in the desert. What if we push you to 10? Don't gain any particular immediate skills, and I kind of wanna wonder if a little bit of the old life force might be a good idea. Everybody's starting to take more damage. Yeah. It's a thing worth considering. Another level of Badlander gives us intense drumming, which I think is worth it. That'll matter when we move up to the larger trucks. If this crewmate is the only one in a weapon station, they do 30% extra damage. Interesting. It's hard to imagine using that, but as we continue to push like accuracy and waste damage up, having those waste attacks actually reliably disable the thing that you're shooting at is actually really nice. Obviously, we don't need to keep a reserve supply on, so let's go lone gunman, but I don't see it happening. It's possible that in a situation where, you know, something really awful is going on, that could occur, and it would certainly be nice to have a boost like that at such a time. And Ueno... Yeah, let's grab even more damage boost for you. Okay. Honestly, I know I said I was gonna reconfigure things a little bit, but like I'm feeling pretty strong. Maybe we should just keep pushing out. I'm feeling like we're getting the job done. Can we take this right from Vulture's Rise? Yeah, let's keep the momentum, right? Let's go and earn a stronghold or 2. It will eventually be essential to put additional fuel tanks on the vehicle. I think everything we've been doing lately has been very much like a 1 fuel tank affair, and we did install the second one, mostly on account of the embarrassing time we had to come back to base. But I'm wondering if once we know more of the map, you know, it might end up feeling more important to have. Okay, well, first of all, facing the road direction here. Might end up feeling more important to have all the extra fuel. Oh, okay. Seems like those guys to the north are not responding, not interested in trying to stop us here. Okay, we are going to have to make it up this hillside. I'm not turning on the nitro because I'm trying to keep the engine heat a little bit lower this time. You gonna turn or? Okay, he is gonna turn. He's gonna do it sort of. Hold on, it's just a damn second here. I don't know what the hell this guy's doing. From moment to moment, it's very baffling. Oh, we're like a cloud of acid rain. Cool. Whoa, whoa. I would like it to be noted that I am not the one who caused the arrow to just jump to the side like that. Alright. Give me a second to press some buttons here. Flares out. Let's get some damage boosts going. Yeah, shredding the driver seems unlikely, but I can't even actually see if that worked. Okay, these defense towers are pretty serious. Let's see if we can punch through. We have enough shots coming out of this thing. We might be able to... Nope. Try to punch through the armor to hit the tanks. Ah, we almost got the ram there. They have some impressive looking vehicles. Yeah, for example, these things. Oh. That really sucks. I just like narrowly avoided scooping them up. It's getting remarkably framey out here. Well, don't... Yep, okay. A little bit embarrassing. Can we back up a little bit, please? Thank you. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong side. I wanted to take advantage of this thing being stopped to try to blow out that gunner. There we go. Nice and clean, just a little bit less harassment. That's not actually the target I was going to aim at. We're actually pretty close to killing this one. If we wait a second, I think they're going to turn such that this guy's visible through the doorway. It's a little narrow, but you got the shot. Yeah. Good work. We are taking a lot of damage. And by we, I mean the people in the car. Yeah, Doompecker. I guess what else would he be named? Alright, let me, yeah, I was gonna say, let me go deal with that real quick before it becomes a problem. But in fact, we will be dealing with it after it becomes a problem. I didn't realize we got boarded. We need to help with the murder. I'm gonna downshift the car into stop, and I'm gonna have our pilot run to the healing station. Wait, your job just changed. I hope y'all don't mind that I'm gonna do this in slow-mo, because I'm very nervous about how it's going. Once again, your job just changed. I would prioritize a fuel tank over getting the pilot up. I probably should prioritize the pilot over water, though. Oh, come on, Merritt. We're in really rough shape here. Alright, Ueno, you need to operate a gun. Just any gun. Any gun will do for the moment. Okay, Merritt. Jump on that thing. Ruiz. Okay, but we're doing some damage. Have her run back to her gun. Hopefully I can get there while that guy's still in the firing area. Ruiz, can you repair this? Okay, he got loose. That's a shame. All right, well, the good news is the revive has put you back in a level of health where I feel like I can just put you back in the driver's seat, and so we can start moving the car again. All right, gun it. Gun it strong, but move the car forward some is the new plan. Oh God, Ruiz is gonna go down. Wait. Can we get a little bit of focus on the boss? Because if the boss goes down, the rest of them will just bail, right? That has been the behavior so far. Oh, wait, dramatically leaping onto the thing. Here we go, and waste is just about to come off cooldown. All right. Hit that driver. Yeah, okay. That looked like that worked. Yeah, we don't need the buzzsaw wings. We're just gonna stay back here, thanks. Almost got him. Okay, you two will shoot at the driver. I think that gunner unfortunately intercepted most of the bullets. But if we turn this way and we keep him in the zone... Merritt, could you maybe report back to your station here? Okay, decent. It's a decent ram, but I should really get out of here. Okay, let's get some distance. I need Merritt to get unstunned. Damn it. All right, well, you gotta go wake up Merritt. This looks like a loss, actually. Okay, wait. So Merritt hits the... Oh, it's not ready yet. Okay. No, Merritt here, you up there. Okay, Merritt, you gotta get Ruiz. Oh, this is scary. I gotta put you back in the car immediately. I apologize. All right. Ueno is doing her absolute best. Damage on the engine. Okay. Merritt's got to get on the fuel tank. Oh, we got fire. We got problems. Ueno, get down to the hose. It's gonna have to be Ueda is the only gunner for right now. So look at that. We're taking advantage of that that solo combat thing that I said we probably wouldn't end up taking advantage of. Oh God. Yeah, unfortunately being caught in the wings at that moment is pretty bad news. Come on, come on, come on. Get up, get up, get up. Okay. He's up, but Ueda went down. Ruiz, let's drop somebody. It'd be super cool if this shot actually did wipe this guy out. I mean, we're doing decent damage. Alright. Ueno is done with that. Let's get you back on a gun. Merritt's done with that. Let's get you back in the command console. Actually gonna have Ueno focus on this. Because the car's gotta get moving again. Ah, shit. Okay. Alright. You gotta pick somebody up. We're kind of making it, sorta. Shit. Well, alright. Obviously things could be going better. We can get our reses while continuing to drive for the moment. Merritt, get back in the thing. Ueda. Oops, sorry. Ueda, finish this. Ueno. Stop the fires. Oh god. That's not what we need. Not the situation we need to be in right at this moment. Okay. That's huge. Being able to call in our resupply, or not a resupply, but, you know, more guns is a big deal. Having survived to get to that point is a big deal. And with that being the case, I wonder now if we'll be able to actually get a little bit of a gun advantage here. Alright, try to drop a driver. Oh, we rammed Lord Pecker, which is probably not actually good. Our support cars are here. I'm trying so hard to turn away. And all of a sudden, everyone's down again. And Ruiz is, like, actually dead. Okay. You have to get back to work. You have to pick people up. Drive car as driving as you can. Okay, Eric goes to pick you up. You are just gonna have to kill some people. I probably want to steer away from the buzzsaw wings. Okay. We are achieving some kind of stability for a second here. I'm going to put Merritt on the other gun, actually. Not nearly as good of a gunner, but we gotta do something. And then here I'm hoping to be able to get... Nope. We've almost actually killed the Warlord out of the truck, and I'm wondering what will happen if we... Yeah, there we go. If we actually paste the driver, like, what more can they do? Actually, you know what? You are such a bad driver. Please go fix... Or such a bad shooter. Please go fix the other parts of the car. We'll just leave it to Ueda for right now. Okay, that counts. You may have ruffled my feathers, but we'll carry on this scrap another time. I cannot believe that that turned out. That was a lot more fun. Having to really struggle through it like that. Yeah, I would like to go to the one that's right here, please. Please stop driving into me. You will destroy the war truck. Oh, okay. Survival. So we did lose a crew member. We have a couple of reserve, and then we actually we can hire people who are a reasonable level, right? Lord Griffon, driven off, if not necessarily killed, by directly shooting him in the face with a gun over and over again. I am sad to have lost Ruiz. Ruiz was highly specialized. Oh, alright. There's going to be a lot of XP for everybody who did survive. Frown. Okay. Lord Griffon's basic blueprints and some training manuals. Got some of them premium components. So we can equip people with his silly mask. That's fun. All right, let's have a look at what all this actually is on the car. In the cosmic dance of life, it is with a heavy heart that we acknowledge the loss of some of our fellow travelers on this journey. Yet, as we honor their existence, we find solace in knowing that their memories shall forever echo through the sacred halls of the Shrine of Remembrance. When the time is right, venture to the recruitment area where new souls await to join your crew. May the winds of the desert carry us gently on this path of wisdom and growth. Ah, yes, this feels like another truly positive motion in the sand. You could maybe put some space between these, just out of respect. Of course, I am aware this won't be the last encounter with Lord Griffon. With this, our reach will stretch further into the mired tar pits. The Pyro's hold in this area is strong. Captain Ironside will tell you more. So we'll be moving into Pyro territory, eh? Well, as you might expect from their name, they tend to favor flame-based weaponry. Make sure your vehicle's well equipped for putting out fires. Pyros are holding a large stockpile of fuel. We don't know exactly where. We do have a spy embedded within their faction who may be able to help. I'll prepare mission plans for the mired tar pits area for when you're ready. Okay, it probably would be good if our armor wasn't made entirely of wood. Okay, opening up the option to upgrade your crew size. Okay, maybe we can get more crew at the same time then. I was going to say, things are going to get a little tight with only 5 people. And we can increase the number of trailers that we run. Okay, we can go on missions further into their territory. When you capture a stronghold, we claim the territory leading up to it as our own, and the enemy faction's strength will be diminished. However, where enemy factions have been defeated, the Orator's presence will be greater. Okay, and we'll find out really what that means in practice, eventually. Here we just have a memorial to Ruiz. Distance walked, time in the command station. Okay. 12 points of deadliness, not enough points of survivingness. Alright, so we can recruit here. But before we would do this, hold on. Let me go to the crew thing here. Here's the situation right from the start. Now you got 2 options in front of you. Listen up and let me break it down for you, alright? We can bump maximum crew size or increase the starting level of recruits. Okay, I was going to say we just got some training manuals, so do we want to do this before we recruit? But no, we should hold on to them for an increase in crew size. Add that very highly prioritize any mission that drops these. I think starting level 15 is perfectly fine anyway. So you're level 15 with reviving this crewmate. It takes no time at all. Damage is increased after... Yeah, okay. And you have 4 deadliness, 4 life force, and basic drumming abilities. It's kind of a weird mix. We do have a level 13 ultra rare. who's not much more focused and not really well suited for the task ahead. I'm sorry. And then, of course, we have Sanchez. Sanchez was our driver, though. Not really. Also not really suited to the task. I mean, of the new people, who has the highest deadliness, I guess, is the number one question. Yeah, okay. And, you know, I don't hate that it's a person who has a lot of health. We can work with this. Ooh. A legendary. Very spread out skills. Not really necessarily super great at anything, but quick on your feet. Okay. Not really sure what makes you so legendary. You don't... okay, here we go. Extra perks. Huge resistance to toxic damage and poisoning. Emits a toxic poison cloud every couple of minutes, affecting other crewmates. That seems bad. While this crewmate's conscious, all crew members recharge abilities faster during the mission. That's a pretty big deal. Yeah, the flatulence might be worth the trouble. And you are kind of not good at anything. You know what? No, I'm not gonna recruit the poisons everybody on the team constantly person. Alright, so first things first. Another point of petrol head. Another point of life force, maybe? Still not unlocking any bonus bonus skills or anything. But I think we're pretty sold on the value of some extra toughness. I'm pretty sold. This gives you... Now, you know what? Merit, for sure, also needs some extra toughness. That's going to be, you know, armor as well, obviously. Okay, even more damage boost. What if damage boost, but more so? In the case of our damage dealers, you know, survivability and offense is defense. Combo boost. Do I like combo boost more than I like lone gunman? Probably not, actually. Okay, and then you have all your skill points spent. But let's definitely run quick on your feet and... We're so often short wood. Okay, right, and you need gear. Well, for one thing, we can start by just giving you the old uniform. The stuff that we already have built. Which we apparently did scavenge. Okay, but now let's look at the stats of the Griffon's mask. So I'm sorry, that says 35 weight. Yeah, it just massacres your walk speed. It is a lot of armor, though. We are nowhere near being able to build any of it. Okay, and then yeah, let's have a peek at some of these upgrades in the garage. So I'm a little reluctant to spend... Okay, I was going to say until we see some more potential upgrades. So we could spend all of our held over keys on increasing the number of trailers. I don't know that we have enough crew to run, like, for this to be profitable. It feels to me like we couldn't make good use of a second trailer at the moment. But I am thinking we're closer to switching to one of the long trailers. So let's see what else new do we have here. We got some washing machines and stuff, a burning bin. Who wouldn't want to have a burning bin on their truck? Some shelves and ladders made of metal. A vulture bumper. So you're just hanging off the front of the car, and so it doesn't have, like, this thing has an actual damage values on it. I guess this one is mostly cosmetic, or like it adds health to the front of your car, but not actually bonus damage. And then unfortunately we don't have any like metal shielding available. The repeat offender has a blunt damage of 40 at 50 range, requires a compressor, of course. We don't have the quality components to build one of these anyway. Rusty 12 gauge with a blast damage of 30. Okay, but the range is 75, which is an improvement over the current shotgun that we're using, right? Yeah, it's like a 50% improvement. It's interesting. The incendiary lobber is a grenade launcher. That's exciting. We got an escape balloon. We got the Vulture's Command Station. An important station where we can view the map and use support abilities. Is it the same? I wonder. Ooh. Now that's an improvement. For inspiring crew and calling out orator propaganda within range. Yeah, and it's a whole drum kit. Unfortunately, it's also made entirely of parts that we don't have access to. And this improved rejuvenator. Okay, it carries twice as much bonus health and it imparts the health twice as quickly. Could see how we might want to run one of those if we can ever get the parts together. Toughened water tank. How tough? Yeah, okay, almost double the HP. Heavier, but you know, it's to be expected. Okay, we picked up different small wheels. Raptor ornaments are critical to a lot of this stuff, and we just don't have any. Okay. 150 extra HP, less nitro capacity, and less. Yeah, it's just the extra HP. Well, our engine has gone down in combat on 1 or 2 occasions, but I don't know that I want to swap back. I think we'll probably stay up here at this tier. And then we got the ability to get some, you know, bird ornaments. Okay. I'm not exactly sure how much I want to change things. This is a little bit less damage, but it is a lot more range than the other shotguns we're currently using. Yeah, we'll probably switch to these. Like, a fair amount of our combat time is like approach time. Although, you know, to some extent that's because the guns we currently have are so effective that when things get in range, they just get immediately destroyed. But yeah, I'll spend some time with this. I'll fix it up. I'll maybe have a look at our crew armor. I'll do some work off camera. I'm going to call this right here for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, I believe we have another stronghold to take on. Hopefully we'll be in slightly better condition for the attempt. And we'll see you then.